So what if I told you John Mayer's hardest song wasn't actually Neon, and that he played it on a Gibson? Here's what it might sound like. Now for the super fans that know that song, it's called Edge of Desire, and it's the 9th song off of Battle Studies. I actually didn't play that song correctly. Mayer on the studio album actually plays it with all downstrokes for the sole purpose of making it as frustrating as possible. Now I came across that song about 7 years ago when I was first listening to Battle Studies. It is a doozy. Do people still say that? Now what I found interesting about that song is the chord progression. The main part of the song is just a 1-4. That was a little boring, so Mayer spiced it up a little bit, put some jazzy flavors into it. One cool thing about Mayer's playing, he does this in a lot of songs, and a lot of guys with jazz and blues influence do this, is taking really mainstream chord progressions and jazzing them up. Instead of just doing that 1-4, A major to D major like we talked about, he made that an A major 9, and then a D major 9. On our A we have our main triad. And what you do on that octave is you take this A, the root, and you bring it down a half step. And that'll give us an A major 7. Because we have that G sharp in there. Now to make it an A major 9, you take the A, you go up a whole step, and you add that B in there, while keeping the G sharp. You have that A major 9. You just move that same shape up, and you got your D major 9. That chord progression alone is spicy, right? But he adds something onto that. Next chord we go to is B minor. Then we have an E. And then we go back to the 1. Now for those of you who've never been in the jazz game, that's called a 2-5-1. And what I noticed, something cool, is that chord progression is very similar to another popular Mayer song. You might have heard of it, it's called Gravity. Now in Gravity, he does the same thing. He starts with a 1-4. And he does that for the main part of the verse. And then, when he wants to switch it up, he goes to the 2. And then he goes to the 5. For those of you who haven't done the deep dive into jazz yet, the 2-5-1 is everything, okay? And if you're wondering where you might have heard it in a pop sense, you probably heard it in a little Maroon 5 song called Sunday Morning. The song would be cool enough if you just stuck to those chords, 1-4-2-5-1. But it gets even cooler because he arpeggiates it. The cool thing about arpeggios, you have a million different variations on what to do with the same chord. In this case, he starts on the 1, then he goes to the 5, like you wouldn't in any major chord, but then he goes to that G sharp that we were talking about. And then he goes back to the 5. And for those that don't know, an arpeggio is pretty simply where you pick the individual notes of a chord instead of strumming it all together. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what other songs you want me to cover next. I had a lot of fun learning this one. I wanted to try a more serious video. Let me know if you liked it and if you want to see more. I think I might do a Polyphia one soon, so RIP any confidence I ever thought I had. If you like the tones, this is my Les Paul. I got it from the homies at Sweetwater. The link is in the description if you want to know all about it and how you might be able to get one. Make sure to smash the like button, and most importantly of all, have a fantastic night.